Is there a statue? Okay, thank you.
And you may choose either of the three.
Go for the middle. You have to hold it.
Why not?
If you do this one more time, I will. All right.
Coach, you might start with an opening statement.
Good all around win, obviously. That's a good team. They've been playing very well lately, so we wanted to come in locked in. Took care of the things that we wanted to take care of defensively, and then offensively, obviously had a lot of good contributions from people. But it was a very, I always say our game plan, it was kind of like back to basic game plan for us, which was effective. Sometimes you got to go back to basics and get sharp out and again. Because our schedule, I mean, is about to get super, super tough. So every little bit of rest matters, every bit of lock-in factor matters, quarter by quarter as we go along down this final stretch.
That you obviously a lot more basketball that's played, that's a bunch of playoff spot in 26 games, and it's how good is that as far as getting the first part of the job in the task.
Honestly, I don't think I'm not thinking about it. I know that. Go back, watch this game, and then my thoughts will be to New York. I mean, I think when you start dwelling on your success is when you set yourself up for the next failure. So yeah, I mean, great job. We've really, done some great things, but we still have a lot of basketball left to be played, like you said. And at the end of the day, we want to continue to build great habits. Today we lost a quarter. I've been challenging them to win quarters. We lost a quarter, but it wasn't by 12 or 13. What that team dropped 57 on us last game and a half. So our luck, I think they had our attention from the jump, and then we were able to execute.
How pleased were you with Kayla and Kia, especially in the second quarter when Asia went to the bench? I think it was Kia plus 15, Kayla plus 13. What did you like from them, especially knowing that how long Candace might be out for and the role in there?
Well, everybody has to step up. I mean, everybody has to carry a bit more of a load. KB coming in ready to play and continuing to just build trust. And that's how you do it. Is habitually I get the same player every day, and that player gets a little bit better every day. And that's how the trust has to build out. And she's doing a great job with that. Kia, we know who Kia is. Kia is the same. Kia is the same every day. Every day you know what you're going to get with her. And so that's what we're trying to build. I mean, we need more from Kayla. We need more from Alicia. Like I said, it's going to be all hands on deck down the stretch.
Becky, you said at several points this season that when this team defends is putting, I think about when this team commits to defense, that is very, very hard to beat. I'm wondering, what have you noticed about this group when it's challenged with facing some of the more crafty perimeter scores, whether it be Joel Roy or somebody like Randall?
I just think it's obviously individual attention to detail. We have a system and schemes, and everybody has to know it. We have to know what we're doing on this player. We have to know what we're doing on this player. And so the lock-in factor, I think, part of doing your job great is knowing exactly what your job is. To be able to go out there and execute. I know exactly what I have to do. I know exactly what coach is asking from me. And then go out there and have the will and desire and effort to do it. And these girls have been doing that really all season. And then we've really gotten to the point where we feel like we can get pretty decent ball pressure because of the length that we have back there. Whether that was Candace or Kia, Asia, you stick them back there arm to arm, they get very long. And so we can get a little bit of ball pressure because we have that rim protection, just kind of roaming around there. So it's been a good combo for us. And we've been able to take away some strengths from some individual players. For the most part, I think there's a couple people that have been able to get off on us, but for the most part, when we've really honed in on focusing on what we want to take away from certain players, we've been able to execute it.
Yeah, Coach, Jackie was down 3 minutes ago in the board that how is she and what type of issue did she have?
I was told it was an ankle, but she's fine. So maybe just a little tweak. But-
Saw Asia and Chelsea maybe find her down there, so because maybe she was all right.
You watch our bench, you're gonna see a lot of people making fun of a lot of people.
Just another
Mostly me, they make fun of me.
follow-up, Kirsten Bell, 18 minutes, 15 points, a career high for her. Asia was very complimentary of her growth. How would you characterize her contribution to the team this year?
I mean, she continues to make great steps. She's put in a lot of work too. There's times in the gym where I put her in a, she's Stewie or she's Jewel or whatever, and you really see what she can do. And so to see some of that translate in just the confidence factor, because she's going against our first unit a lot of times, and our first unit is a good defensive team. So, if she can do it against them and do it against some of our schemes, there's no reason for her to believe that she can't go do it when the lights come on. And I think one of the best things about KB is she likes it when the lights come on. She likes moments. She likes big moments. She's not scared of the moment. So we want to continue to develop her and grow her in a good way that's going to benefit both her and us. And I think you're starting to see that build out.
Let's go 2 more, one in the room, one in the Zoom. Coach, congratulations, for making the playoffs spot, that is. You have 14 more games. How do you keep your team locked in, knowing that you already clinched one, and also keeping them together, keeping them focused on the task at hand?
Honestly, they probably sound think I sound like a, just beating a dead horse. Like I just keep repeating myself, but so much of this stuff is just habits. So a lot of it does sound the same. So me keeping them engaged is half the battle. Sometimes I just go off the tracks and don't talk to them about basketball at all. We'll talk about something else to engage them and have big picture. And then there's going to be times where I demand that I get their full attention on what we're doing. So it's always a balancing act. But at the end of the day, this is a competitive group. This is a resilient group and a group that has a lot of trust in each other, and vice versa with the coaches.
All right, no practice tomorrow, so Rafiq, send us off to the good one.
This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. Congratulations on reaching the playoffs.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, now that you clinched the playoff spot, what will be the overall focus? What will be the overall focus going into a huge month of August, highlighted by 4 games against the New York Liberty, one to be in the Commissioner's Cup?
Well, I mean, if you can't get up to play New York, I think you got to check your pulse in this league. So we have a ton of respect for them. They have so many weapons, great coaching staff. We're going to be in for some battles. There's no doubt. I mean, the remaining part of our schedule is very, very difficult. So we got the toughest road ahead of us. So we just build and keep taking steps forward, but we got to continue to trek up the mountain. We don't want to get stuck on plateaus. We want to keep going up, moving. I tell them all the time, I keep moving the goalpost on them. But that's because I always believe there's more greatness in them. And so we're going to try to continue to build them up and pull it out of them.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We will let you go. Enjoy the day off tomorrow.
Thanks.
We'll be back at practice on Thursday at Aces HQ.